In this video, I'm going to demonstrate filtering the data in an Excel table. And one of the real values, I think, of putting your information into a table like this is being able to use a filter to extract specific data out of the table. So I'm going to first of all come over here to the category column and click the down arrow here. It's the sort and filter arrow. And here you see that you can sort with this little arrow as well as using the sort buttons on the data tab. But you can also filter the information. And what that means is that you can take away all of the information that you don't want to look at and focus just on the things that you do want to look at. So first I'm going to filter this category arrow or category column, to show only paintings. So down here you've got these items, select all, and then the categories, and they all have check marks. So I'm going to click select all to deselect it. And then I'm just going to come down here and click in the checkbox next to painting, so only painting is selected. Then I'm going to click OK. And then if I scroll through my table now, I see that only paintings are showing up. So I've excluded all of the other categories, the installations, the sculptures, and the textiles. So I might want to further filter that to extract some other information from the painting category. For example, what if I want to know how many paintings are in poor condition and which ones they are and where they're located? So I'm going to come to the condition field here and click the down arrow. And under the filters I'm going to click select all again to deselect it. And this time I want to see only the paintings that are in poor condition. So I'm going to check poor and click OK. So now I can see that I have 3 paintings that are listed in poor condition. They're all located in the East Pavilion, and I can see which ones those are. Once I'm done with the filters, I can then click on the Data tab and click Clear to remove those filters. So I'm back to the point now where I can see all of the information in the table. So filtering the information in the table just temporarily takes away the stuff that I don't want to look at. So I can also, for example, if I want to see more than one item in the categories, for example, maybe I want to look at only the installations and the textiles. So then I would just deselect painting and sculpture and click OK. Then I just have a list of all of the art objects that are either a textile or an installation. Another thing I can do is apply criteria to the filter. In other words, I can look for example, in the appraised value column, I could look for all of the items that were equal to $5,000, say, or all of of the items that were less than 10,000. Or I could specify over here in the Art ID column all of the numbers that were greater than 50. So over here in the appraised value column, I want to filter all of the items that are worth more than $20,000. So I'm going to go ahead and click my filter arrow, and I'm going to click on number filters. And you'll see when I do that I get a cascading menu where I have the criteria operators listed, and the one that I want is greater than, so I'm going to click on that. And then I can specify in this text box greater than what. So I'm going to type in 20,000 and go ahead and click OK. So now I can see all of the art objects in the collection that are worth more than $20,000. And I'm going to go ahead and clear the filter. And one last thing I'm going to demonstrate in this video is the total row. The total row can be enabled on the Table Tools Design tab in the Table Style option. So I'm going to go ahead and click Total Row. And you'll see now down at the bottom of my table it has added a total row. And if I click on a specific cell, for example this grand total for the appraised value, you'll see that a list arrow shows up, and if I click that it gives me some options. Do I want an average? Do I want a max? And so forth. It automatically assumes that I want a sum, which is correct for the appraised value. But if I click over here in the artist column and click the down arrow, I can also get a count. And so it gives me the total number of items in the entire collection. Then when I'm done with it, if I don't need it anymore, I can simply uncheck that box and the total row is gone. In the next video, we'll look at summarizing the information in a table using the subtotals.